So what I'm going to try and do is start building out my new website. This is what I have so far, a brand new NextJS website, and the idea that I want to do with it is have a sidebar and have kind of a dashboard using certain APIs to display data and things like that. So it's not looking great so far, but I thought it's a good opportunity to stream this and see what I'm doing on the stream and stuff, or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about now. Nonsense. Okay, so it's just the NextJS website. The only thing that I've really done so far is add some Tailwind stuff, and then I've switched over recently to use the new JIT compiler so that it does CSS faster. I think it does it the way it compiles it, and this is just boilerplate code from when I first started the NextJS app, and we'll see. Let's put some, not sure what kind of music I'm allowed to stream on streams, so I'm thinking maybe I could put some lo-fi in the background somehow, maybe. Not too sure how it's supposed to work. So okay, I don't know what that means. Oh hey dude, it's on Twitch. I need to figure out how I can get some chats up, so I can actually see what's going on instead of having all these windows on the other screen. So I was just saying, there's no one else here anyway, but I'm building out my new website, and I want it to have this kind of sidebar and dashboard kind of feel to it with like cards of data. So I think that would be pretty cool, like Spotify, what's playing and stuff like that, and like the runs that I've been doing. And let me see if I can find out where the inspiration is from. So there was a dribble shot that I saw that I will show you, so we can start coding the design of it. I'm just doing that on the other screen at the moment, and then I will drag it over. So things that I have liked on Dribble. Okay, so it's this one. So let's have a look at what this is what I want to kind of replicate with my website, which I found really cool. Dashboard style, but in terms of a personal website, have some now playing and stuff like that in little cards on the main kind of area. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see. So it says I've got 2 people watching, I think. Okay, so down the side I've got this navigation bar, and I think so far all I've done, because I'm trying to use Tailwind and learn how Tailwind works as well, is that I think I've just thrown it in there at the moment. So I'm using CSS Grid at the moment. I'm not really sure if I am going to continue using that, because I was thinking, how will I do the mobile view of this? So at the moment, because it's CSS Grid, I think I did it as 12 columns and 6 rows. So if we inspect this at the moment, I could switch it over. So if we look at how many, so we've got the grid here, so we've got the 12 rows across, 12 columns across, and then the 6 rows down. And I was thinking I could use that, because then that's quite a good way of keeping everything responsive and in the same view. But then I was thinking, how do I want to handle scrolling and mobile? So I'm not too sure yet. I'm thinking maybe I can change that later on, and just stick to the grid for now, and just maybe set some min widths on some of these columns, like this navigation one, or maybe the navigation one is not even using CSS Grid. I'm not 100% sure yet how to do it. So what do I want to do first? So let's have a look at Tailwind again, because I'm new to using Tailwind CSS. I think with the CSS Grid, I can just set one of the columns to be like a fixed width. But I haven't done much custom stuff for a long time with CSS Grid, so, and I'm using this as well, so trying to see what's available and how to use it. But let's do some stuff first. So I definitely want some kind of logo at the top, so I've kept that as like a H1 for now. It's probably a bit too big, so if we go into, I think it's done in here, it's a title element, titles font size, so if I change that to like just to be 1 so far, so this is like the custom CSS, so I'd like some kind of logo at the top that I'll do later on. Sure dude, that would be awesome. You can help me with that CSS Grid stuff. I should know it by now, I use it at work, but we do basic things, so okay, so this stuff here is just boilerplate. What I need to do is put some links. I have my my old website code over on the other screen, and I'm just gonna have a look what links I put in that one, because I want similar kind of things. So in here I'm just gonna hard code some stuff at the moment, but let's just do a link, and so if we just duplicate this a few times, so the main one I can make the logo goes home. I definitely want to do a blog. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call it yet, but I do want to start blogging and do some articles and stuff, or just another thing I've thought of recently that would be pretty cool would be code snippets or some kind of cards. So I was thinking something like code cards, where I can just save really useful little snippets of code and show examples, and maybe link back to the blog. I want an about page, so more like about more information, but I want to kind of keep a lot of the stuff on the dashboard maybe, and then just have maybe some social links on that sidebar as well, so like other places people can see information. So let's just do this for now, slash code cards slash about. So let me see what cool. And then because it's using NextJS, it's so nice and simple to kind of just create new pages, because you just need to do a new file and just do like an about page, so about.js, and then if I remember rightly, we can just do a function. I don't really like these kind of functions, so let's just change it to be an arrow function. I think it's just personal preference. Hopefully, oh okay, silly mistake. Let's see if the site's still running. Home is not defined. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, okay, so let's get rid of this const, and then let's put this at the bottom. This should work. Okay, link, yep, I need to import that. So it's just, I think I'm gonna cheat with that. Take it from my last website, so hopefully that will be better. Link is defined, hurry up. Cool, so now we've got some pages, and I think I've only done the about one so far, so if we just do a const about equals arrow function that just returns a div with about. can't spell. Okay, what is it not liking? Const, no arrow. Okay, so hopefully that doesn't moan as well. It's probably not liking me doing it like this. Let's have a check. So if we go to the about page, it doesn't like it being returned like that, so we should maybe wrap it in. So export default, what am I doing wrong? Okay, so it probably doesn't like that as well. Oh. Really can't type. So const about. Why is it not liking this? So it is saying unexpected token. Oh, okay. Couldn't see that there. So this should work now. So we have an about page. And then the blog page has to be a bit different because that will loop through something, and I'm not sure as well yet where I'm going to put the data. I was thinking using Mongo directly and then using the can't remember what it's called now, the NextJS caching thing. So it's called revalidate data static. This one, incremental static regeneration. Okay, not with LogRocket. Let's just go to the docs. Okay, there's quite a few examples as well. I think there might be one for Mongo, but what we can do is we can set it up so that it will only incrementally pull the data and it will kind of cache it, so that we're not always making the requests all the time to the page, which is really cool with Next.js. So I definitely want to take advantage of that. I'm thinking to put some kind of so similar structure to what I had before, and what I did was I had a components kind of folder. So if we just do a folder components, and then I can like build out certain components like the header on the nav, or like a container component and stuff like that. So let's do another one and call it base container maybe, or just call it grid. Okay, I'm not too sure. Let's just call it container for now, and then we can change it. And const container equals arrow function that will return our container. Default container. Oh. Keep cool. What else? Is the audio okay? Can you hear the audio okay, like me speaking, or am I too loud? I'm not even sure. And is the quality good? Hopefully it is now that my internet's sorted. Oh, awesome, thank you. Thanks for confirming. Thanks, dude. So container, I'm just going to take this out of what I've done in here. So what I've done is, this one is probably going to be the main container, because this is what I've set up the grid. So with Tailwind CSS, you can just put in all the classes, and it does it does pretty much everything for you. And because I'm using the new JIT compiler that they've got, apparently it will see that there is only those certain classes, and then it will build my CSS file only because I'm using those certain classes, which is like really good, because then I'm not pulling the whole library of all the different utilities and stuff that they have. Okay, let's pull this out. So I want this one. And then stick this in container. And then just for now, pull out the children props. So okay, and then let's try it. So container. It should break because I'm not really pulling anything in. Yeah, but I'm just wondering why it's not, VS Code is not asking me to include it. I probably need to set something up for that. Okay, import container from container. This feels like it's very slow. Okay, cool. So we have the container, so we can reuse that on other pages now. This part here is kind of like the sidebar, which I am not too worried about, I think, yet. I've got some basic things in there. And I want to, maybe I should start on that first. So I want to kind of, quite like this grey colour, so maybe we can use the same. Let's do ground. Okay, I'm not too sure how I can do that with Tailwind. I know there is a I know there's supposed to be a way that you can use your own colours in line as well. So let's see, colours, instead of modifying the, or maybe we can find a grey that's going to match that anyway, which will be quite nice. Maybe this grey 200. So instead of this background red, grey 200 for that sidebar. Okay, cool. And then I definitely want to use an image that I've got somewhere, like an Unsplash image or something for this background, like a heading area, and split these up into bits, which would be quite nice. And then I need to think about how I want to put, what cards I want, so maybe I can just mock them out quickly. So this is just boilerplate stuff that we had there already. Let's scrap that. So I think this is the yellow one, so we can get rid of all of this. Hopefully all of this stuff. And just have that. This is the sidebar, this is the main content, so main. Oh, okay. So there is an extra div because the footer was inside before, inside the main section. That makes sense. Cool. And then, so some things that I definitely want in here is Strava card, pulling data from API, and then I want Spotify last played from the API as well. And I saw a nice article on Medium about how to replicate the Apple rings with D3, which I thought would be pretty cool. So then I can get the rings and maybe use the Aura ring data. So this is three cards. So let's put some cards in here using Tailwind. So if we go up here, layout, flexbox, we're using grid, sizing, typography, backgrounds, borders, effects, transforms. Okay, so maybe this is very general. Let's see what components is. Okay, this is a bit annoying. Browse the free stuff. I like this kind of stuff. Line group looks pretty nice. Sign in page. NextJS. Okay, I like the idea of this. Slide overs, maybe I can use something like that for the nav. That'd be pretty cool. I want to do a card, but do I have to just make it myself? Maybe I'll do a component. So if we do a new folder, card, dex.js, const, card equals, and then this can just, let's keep it simple for now. Children. So we're keeping it quite simple here, but what we're going to do is just so that maybe we can do some other cool stuff later on down the line by splitting these things out. So what we definitely want to do, looking at this design, is this is quite square, and I'm not sure if I want to do square or if I want to have some kind of border radius to it, but I think it has got a very small amount. Yeah, small would be quite nice. Let's do a little bit to start with. So if we look at Tailwind and sizing, border radius, so rounded small, rounded medium. So let's see what it looks like. So rounded, so just dot rounded, that's quite nice. Or rounded medium. Yeah, let's do subtle. I think subtle would be better. We'll do some rounded cards, and then if we do just wrap these in a card for now. So now these are cards. We're not pulling in cards yet though, so we probably need to do that. Otherwise it's not going to be good. Card, let's have a look. Oh yeah, probably should export default on this. Cool. So these have cards now, and do I? Okay, let's add some kind of size to them, just like default. So box shadow would be quite cool as well. I quite like these kind of, or maybe these kind of glows. So let's add a shadow to the card. Rounded, we want a shadow, and I want to have kind of a min width and min height as well. So what's this one? Fixed. Okay, so you can do your own number. What about min width? Min width full. What does this mean? And let's put a background on it as well. So if we're doing for now. Okay, cool. So at the moment they are full width, but they don't have any kind of height to them, and they're not exactly cards. Border radius. So there's padding somewhere. So we definitely want some inside padding and some outside padding. I quite like 8 pxpy. Okay, cool. Pxpy. Keep it nice and padded. Okay, I don't see any padding. Maybe that's because the card itself is not anything. What's happening down here? Okay. I think this is going to be a short stream tonight. I already have a headache. Okay, space between. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, that makes sense. So that's flex in this case. So, do I want to use flex or just use grid for the cards? Let's do some height first. Min height, so don't really want it to be minimum height of an element. Util, so height 48, height 24. Responsive. Okay, let's see what this does. So I feel like I'm missing something here. This is because it doesn't seem to be adding it. Is that because we haven't told the card where it should sit on the grid? So because we're using the grid, what's the name? Okay, so maybe we can do as well row span, and we want to maybe, if it's a 12 grid, 2, 2, 2, 6. See what happens. Okay, I'm not too sure what's going on here. Because this is, okay, maybe I do know what's going on here. This is already an item inside the grid. These are not using the grid. So in order to get these to use the grid, they would need to be in another grid. So, like this. Let's just test it out. So if we did keep it this full height again, row 6, holes, let's say instead of 12 it's 10 for this one, because I think the nav is using 2, and then pull this out. So hopefully now it's got another grid inside, and then these things are the cards are supposed to use. We can see another grid inside. We can see this is row span 2, but this grid up here is not. Maybe it's because we need to set the cards to be grid as well. No, do we? So we should see that on here. This is col. No, we shouldn't need to. So this is col start. Okay, so maybe we, instead of using row span 2 each one, row span 4. This is not conforming. This is just taking up each one box. So maybe we're using the wrong class here. So row span. Well, yeah, it should span across the rows. Rows. That's the I think that's the problem. It should be col span. So if we say we want it to span across 2 columns, col span 2 each card, then it should work. I think that looks a bit better. Yeah, okay, that looks better. The only thing we haven't added here is grid spacing. I don't know if I'm complicating it too much with a grid inside a grid. I think there's a better way, but I'm not too sure. So grid templates, grid cap. So we want kind of cap 4. What does that mean? So cap 4 is here. So 1 REM. Yeah, I think that should be okay. So that needs to go on the grid layer. Let's just do it here. See where we're at. Okay, cool. And we probably want Okay, I think that's a good start. We definitely want to not use the first row, so we want to start it from maybe, because this whole kind of grid is split into rows as well, so 6 rows. We don't want to use the first section, but we still want it inside the, like above the fold. So let's start. So these cards, I think we do grid row start 3. Okay, let's check. Grid row start end. So grid row start 3, which maybe I didn't grid. Okay, row start 3, not grid. Cool. So they should start row start. It says -3. Oh no, that is 3. Okay, I've done it on the wrong. Okay, that's awesome. So get rid of that, add it to the cards itself. We might want to make these more generic and then do it separately on the cards, and we want it kind of started off in the middle as well. I think this is pretty cool, because now we'll have the whole header section, we'll have some cards. We want to move it away from this kind of sidebar. Let's get rid of this boiler text, boilerplate stuff. Here, new site, because we just want some links for now. That's cool. Okay, so we have, and that is because on the grid we set it to be the full height, which is kind of what we want. We can hide the footer until the user scrolls. Maybe we'll want the navigation stuff to stay as well. Okay, I think that is a good time to stop for now on this stream, but I will definitely be streaming more. It's been quite cool. Thanks everyone, if there's anybody watching, and see you later.